Welcome back to another video. My name is Derek, and today we're going to be going over an Apple Watch Series 7 that has got severe scratches all over the glass. Unfortunately, the only way to fix this is to replace either the entire display or just the glass, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to replace just the glass. In previous videos, I've shown how to laminate the OCA sheets to the glass and laminate the display using a laminator and autoclave, but those are tools that not everyone has, so today I'm going to be showing you another method. Let's get started. This watch has seen better days, quite scratched up, and unfortunately there's no way to buff this out, so the glass has to be replaced. In order to open this, I'm going to take a pry tool and we'll push it down along the edge here. We're going to go all the way down to the frame. I'm going to take a bit of isopropyl alcohol and we're going to let that kind of seep in. Then I'm going to take an OCA protector sheet and I'm going to push it down in as well. And I'm going to get it to start to cut the adhesive that holds the display to the frame. And the goal is to eventually get it so that the plastic slips onto the edge, and then we'll use it to carefully cut and separate the whole unit as we carefully go around, without damaging the flex cables, being aware that there's flex cables right here next to the power button. Make sure we're not too deep as we slide on by, and that way we can split the frame, and that way we can separate the display from the housing. Take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, we'll put it down on the flex, and I'm going to slowly peel it back without putting too much tension on the flex, and it'll start to release from the back of the display. Do it again and slowly peel. And if it's not moving for me at all, what we can do is get out our heat plate and set it on there and let the heat go through that display and loosen up the adhesive. So we'll give this a few minutes to warm up, and then we'll proceed with pulling the display all the way off the flex cables. All right, now let's see if that starts to peel back. And it's peeling nicely now, right to there. We don't want to pull extra hard because we don't want to damage the connectors. I'll peel back the sticker here, revealing the connectors. We'll gently flip up the flaps and then pull them straight back and out. I'm going to clean up the bezel right here. It's the easiest time for me to clean it while it's still adhered to the glass. So I'm going to take this tool. And you can see that it just zips off the adhesive nice and quickly. And just like that, it's ready for the next step. So I'm going to take this special packaging tape. This is a long-lasting Scotch storage packaging tape. It's got a high resistance to temperature, which means it's not just going to dissolve. The adhesive isn't just going to let go under temperature. All other packaging tapes that I've tried will do that. So we'll cut ourselves a 7-inch segment there, and then try to get no bubbles. I left one corner kind of out from the edge. We'll line this up with the 9 holes that aren't taped over on my vacuum heat plate, and we'll push this and suck it on down. And for extra security, I'm going to tape down the wings on the side. That way if the vacuum releases, it won't fly off. And I'm going to be taking 0.035 millimeter, this gold wire, to slice through those layers, which is extremely difficult. If you've ever worked on an Apple Watch, it's hard enough as it is, but the Series 7 and above are extremely difficult. There's a high probability that things go wrong with this and higher models, even if you're really experienced. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting, and I'll show you that technique. All right, so I'm going to carefully insert the wire right there on the edge where the glass and that bezel meet. I'm going to turn on the vacuum, make sure it doesn't move. and we'll slice back and forth, long strokes, keeping that wire compressed against the bars, the downward angle, making sure that I'm riding the edge of the glass the entire way till the very end. That way I'm not cutting into the display or even cutting the bezel. Then we'll do one more pass, have a nice clean breakaway, just like that. Alright, so in order to start getting the adhesive off, I'm actually just going to gently rub with my finger and roll the OCA off the display. This optical clear adhesive rolls up pretty nicely. It's basically the same thing that you'd find on an iPhone display. However, given that it's a much smaller display, I'm just going to do the whole thing with my finger. Otherwise, you'd use a tool like this to zip across and remove it. But I like the control that I have with doing it with my soft skin here compared to using something metallic. That way I'm not potentially scratching the polarizer layers that are on the top of this display. Even though it's going to take me a few minutes longer, it's well worth it in my opinion to take the time to remove each piece that I can by hand. And then you'll see that there's still a bunch of kind of smears and smudges, adhesive residue on the display. All of that will come off with the next step. So I'll take 100% pure acetone, a clean room wipe, and we'll give it a little bit of a dip. And you can see that all of those smudges will just vanish. One really cool thing about these Apple Watch displays as well is they're actually transparent. You can see everywhere that little PCB board isn't. You can actually see right through the display. Pretty cool. Alright, for this next step, I'm going to be taking some UV Loca. This is liquid optical clear adhesive. You could also, if you have a laminator and autoclave, you could laminate a new glass using an OCA sheet. But for those that don't have one, you just need to simply do 1, 2. Alright, I'll pull away the protector and we'll gently set this down, and you'll see the OCA will actually jump up onto the glass because we create a little bit of static when we pull up the plastic here. Hopefully I used enough of the Loca. We'll let that spread nice and slowly to all edges. Alright, I'm actually gonna split this back apart. I need to use a little bit more Loca. What I'm gonna do is kind of let the Loca sit in one spot. That will keep everything facing the same directions. Don't want any dust or debris to fall in. And I think 2 more drops is gonna do it. So there's 1, there's 2. Oh, we'll do 2.5. And now the tricky part is going to be setting this back down without getting any bubbles. So we're gonna slowly set it down. We're gonna hope right off the bat that the Loca touches itself in the right spot. And I'm going to slowly let the display and glass come together. So what I might want to do, there we go. And we're going to let it slowly spread so that we don't get any pockets where the Loca actually encloses any of the air, creating some bubbles. So slowly let it drop. And now I can let it just do its thing, spread naturally to all corners. All right, you can see it's starting to spread. We're almost to that edge, getting close to this edge. It'll only take another probably minute or 2, but this will have naturally spread out nice and thin everywhere from edge to edge. And I want it to settle like that, and then we can cure it with this UV light. Any UV light will do. This little curing lamp I really like. It helps when doing solder work and things like that. You just simply click it on. We got a little UV light there. And now you can see, look, we're almost to each corner is almost done. And we're just getting to this edge over here. So we'll let this spread nice and evenly. All right, that corner just disappeared. Now we're just waiting for this one. And it shouldn't be more than another minute. But the rest of the display, you can see how beautiful that looks. There's no weirdness with the way that the light reflects off of it. Can't see any waves in the display or anything like that. This is going to look like a brand new watch. We just have that little bit of what looks like a glare. You can see how it's slowly but surely disappearing. And what's really nice as well is the frame has aligned itself really nicely with the glass without me really even needing to make any adjustments. And would you look at that, we are down to it's gone. We're going to give it a little bit more time just to make sure that it's really flattened out, but this is basically ready for me to cure it so that the glass won't move at all. So I'll give it another 30 seconds and then we'll hit it with the UV light. All right, I really like the position, the way that it's evened out. So we're going to take the UV light and I'm going to go and do circles around the perimeter. And we'll just do this for about a minute. And then there's a really thin painted border you can see here with the scratched glass. And the Loca has slipped under it and the UV light can't penetrate through that paint. So I'm going to come in from the side and we're actually going to shine the UV light into that tiny gap that's there and cure it. And also kind of come in at an angle and it'll shoot under the glass, bouncing around to cure the Loca that's gone past the paint. Right here, we'll go down the side and you can actually see the light pop through under the paint there. That way you know that the Loca is curing, in fact, along the edge. So that's not going to like bubble out or anything weird. I'm going to take a few minutes to go around the edges, curing everything against that UV light. So I'm going to get a nice solid bond, just like the OCA layer that was holding on that scratched glass. It's nice being able to replace the damaged component only and keeping the rest of the watch completely original. The one downside to this UV curing lamp is it's got a 20-second shutdown protection feature, which means I have to click it whenever I want to keep going. And the battery life on it isn't the best, so I have to charge it every once in a while. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and clean up the border. We've got some of the adhesive that held down the display, and we're going to use this tool again to pop out all of that adhesive. But you need to be careful with a tool like this because if it wraps up the adhesive on the flexes, you could actually damage something. So you'll want to secure those while you're passing behind them to remove any of the adhesive. Now I'm going to take some isopropyl alcohol and we're going to go down into the groove here and remove any of the debris that's collected over the lifespan of this watch. It's kind of packed itself on that inside edge. And this will also remove any of the leftover display adhesive. Give us a nice clean surface to get a good seal when we go to adhere the display back down. Now that this is all cured with the UV light, I'm going to go ahead and gently grab the flex cables. We'll line them up and push them into their corresponding ZIF connectors. They have these little T-wings that stick out that are perfect for grabbing and pushing on the edges to get them to kind of shimmy into the little connector until they're all the way seated inside. And I'm going to push down and let the adhesive hold those flexes in place. And then we're going to gently flip over the little flaps here and then push back the stickers as if I've never been there. And now we just need to test it. I think this watch was dead, but we should still get some life out of it. Having no lines in the display is a good sign. All right, I took a few minutes to charge it up. But as you can see, the display, the touch, they're all working nicely. Go ahead and perform my ultimate touch test, which is just dragging around the slide bar, making sure it stays in contact the whole time, and then we'll turn it off. I'm going to come in with some cold press adhesive. This makes a really good seal. It is kind of somewhat flexible when it's dried. It doesn't turn rock solid, which is exactly what this screen needs against the glass against such a hard frame. I'm going to make sure I don't leave any gaps as I go around the border, getting a nice basically gasket seal almost, and then come straight down in and let those antennas line up, and we'll push it on down, make sure it's fully seated inside. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go around the border and just make sure I get rid of any of the squeeze out and pop up through the side. I don't mind squeeze out whatsoever because that means that the adhesive is creating an extra good seal. And now I'm going to take a rubber band, and this method works as good as any clamps. We'll wrap it around a bunch of times and you can actually see that it's starting to really push out more adhesive, which is giving me an even better seal. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit more isopropyl alcohol, get into that groove there, really get rid of any of the glue before it cures and becomes a little harder to clean up. It's so much easier to clean when it's a bit viscous like this. I'll let the adhesive cure for at least an hour, if not overnight, just to make sure there's no movement. And this watch is as good as new. So if the only thing that's damaged is the glass, it's the only thing that needs to be replaced. And that's one method of replacing the glass on an Apple Watch. Obviously, if you have a laminator and autoclave, going about using an OCA sheet is a lot cleaner. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully you've learned something. Thanks a ton for watching. We'll see you in the next video.